Good morning, everyone. Once again, welcome to the Port of Brownsville. My name is Jorge Montero. I'm the Director of Communications for the port. Today, we're gathering to celebrate a significant milestone in the history of not only the port, but in the Rio Grande Valley, which is the ribbon cutting ceremony of the Brazos Island Harbor Channel Improvement Project. This project represents years of planning, collaboration, and commitment among federal, state, local, and private sector partners. It is an investment that will strengthen the nation's supply chain and enhance the navigation safety in our region and position our port for continued growth and economic opportunity. Before we begin, I would like to recognize the members of the Brownsville Navigation District Board of Commissioners. Please join me in acknowledging our dedicated leadership, Mr. Chairman Sergio Tito Lopez, our Commissioner David Garcia, and Commissioner Luis Villarreal. Our Vice Chairman, Ernesto Gutierrez, as well as our Secretary of the Board, Mr. John Reed. Unfortunately, we're not able to attend, but they do send their regards. At this time, please stand for the posting of the colors by the Port of Brownsville Color Guard, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the invocation, which will be delivered by Father Kevin Collins from the parish of Saint Junit de Massenot.
Gracious and merciful God, you created the world and filled it with marvelous signs of your power. We call upon you to bless us and bless this project that has been going on for a while. And just as you were with the people of Israel as they crossed the Red Sea and crossed the Jordan into the Promised Land, let us use this water transport and area and channel and port to bring goodness and promises to many people. Bless also all those who worked so hard and dedicated their time to make this come into fruition, and continue to bless all of us in everything we do. In your goodness, we might devote ourselves to bringing creation to its perfection. You started creation for us, and you left it in our hands to bring to perfection, and we perfect it more and more as we make our port a place where we can bring in more help for more people and more prosperity to those who need help in this time. We also ask you to remember those who are not as fortunate as we are at this time, and protect all of our seamen and sailors, seafarers who are out at sea. Keep them safe as they come in and bring the things that we need here to us. We ask this for you, our God, forever and ever. Amen.
Thank you, Father. You may now be seated. Thank you. At this time, I would like to recognize the elected officials, community leaders, and industry partners and distinguished guests that are joining us today. We begin with State Representative Janie Lopez. Thank you for being here. From Senator John Cornyn's office, we have Mrs. Ana Garcia and Ms. Vivian Sepulveda. Representing Senator Ted Cruz's office, we have Adrianelli Gomez. From Congressman Vicente Gonzalez's office is Brenda Rangel. From Senator Ana Hinojosa's office is Mr. Sik Silva. Also joining us today, we have former Brownsville Navigation District commissioners. We have our former chairman, Mr. Esteban Guerra. Former B&D commissioner, Mr. Ralph Cowan. Also with us today, we have Lieutenant Pablo Morales, Commanding Officer, Marine Safety Unit, Brownsville, from the U.S. Coast Guard Sector Corpus Christi. Thank you for being here, and if I, by mistake, I failed to recognize anyone, please accept my apologies. Today, we are also honored to share a special message from United States Senator John Cornyn. At this time, please welcome Mrs. Vivian Sepulveda, who will be presenting remarks on behalf of the Senator.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having us here today as we celebrate this important milestone for the Port of Brownsville and our region. Senator John Cornyn sends his best wishes and has asked me to read the following letter on his behalf. Dear friends, as you gather to celebrate the Brazos Island Harbor Channel Improvement Project, I want to congratulate the Port of Brownsville and the public and private partners whose dedication made this significant milestone possible. This achievement reflects the strength of the partnerships and our shared commitment to the region's future. Deepening the Port of Brownsville's ship channel and expanding capacity for larger vessels will directly strengthen supply chains, generate jobs, and attract new investments. This project will ensure that South Texas remains a leader in global commerce and a powerful engine for economic growth. I also want to recognize NextDecade for its contributions to the Rio Grande Valley and for supporting the Port of Brownsville as a gateway for international trade and energy development. Thank you to everyone who played a role in bringing this transformative project to fruition, and congratulations on this remarkable accomplishment. Sincerely, John Cornyn, United States Senator. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Sepulveda. We're also pleased at this time welcome Brenda Rangel from the office of Congressman Vicente Gonzalez, who will be presenting remarks on behalf of the Congressman.
Hi, good morning. Thank you so much for our invitation here. And unfortunately, since Congressman Gonzalez could not be here with us today, he sends his regards and a short message to you all today. Dear friends, congratulations on the completion and ribbon cutting of the Brazos Island Harbor Channel Improvement Project, which represents the culmination of nearly 20 years of dedication and hard work. I commend you and the entire staff of the Brownsville Navigation District for all of your hard work that you have done to bring this important project to fruition. As Congressman of the 34th District of Texas, I have been proud to support the Brazos Island Harbor Channel Improvement Project from the very beginning and helping to secure $68 million in federal funding for the critical project in the Infrastructure Investments and Jobs Act. With the Brazos Island Harbor Channel improvement finished, the Rio Grande Valley is now home to one of the Gulf of Mexico's deepest ship channels. The completion of this exciting endeavor marks a significant milestone not only for the Port of Brownsville, but also for the entire Rio Grande Valley. I am confident that this critical project will further enhance the tremendous positive economic impact the Port of Brownsville has had on the Rio Grande Valley throughout its 90-year history. Congratulations again on this ribbon cutting. I look forward to seeing the positive impact that this project will have on your community for years to come. Sincerely, Vicente Gonzalez, Member of Congress. Thank you.
You see, I did miss someone. We have also present Georgette Betancourt Medellin from the office of Representative Erin Games. Thank you very much for being here. We do extend our gratitude to Senator Cornyn and Congressman Gonzalez and our entire federal and state delegation for their continued support of the Port of Brownsville and the region, and for helping advance critical infrastructure investments such as this one. Today's ribbon cutting marks far more than the completion of a major construction milestone. As we celebrate our 90th anniversary this year, the port continues to reach new heights through record cargo volumes, transformative infrastructure investments, and unprecedented economic development opportunities. Leading that effort every day is our next speaker. Please join me in welcoming the Port Director and CEO of the Port of Brownsville, Mr. William Dietrich.
Good morning, everyone. Today we celebrate a milestone that has been in the making for years. For 90 years, the Brownsville Ship Channel has served as a gateway connecting the Rio Grande Valley to the world. It has welcomed ships carrying the raw materials that build our communities, fuel our industry, and support thousands of jobs throughout our region. Today, that gateway became stronger. The completion of this channel deepening project is far more than an engineering achievement. It is an investment in our future. It ensures that the Port of Brownsville remains competitive in a rapidly changing global economy and prepared to meet the demands of the next generation of maritime commerce. The world is changing. Supply chains are evolving. Manufacturing is returning to the United States. Energy production is expanding. New opportunities are emerging in aerospace, defense, advanced manufacturing, and critical minerals. Companies in these sectors are looking for strategic locations with the infrastructure needed to support long-term growth, and the Port of Brownsville is uniquely positioned to meet that demand. Today, industries such as steel, space, ship recycling, shipbuilding, energy, and advanced manufacturing are already driving tremendous growth across our port. As these industries continue to expand, this deeper channel will allow us to accommodate larger vessels, move more cargo, and create new opportunities for businesses operating here and those considering future investment. The results are already evident. In fiscal year 2025, the Port of Brownsville moved 28 million tons of cargo, matching the record set by the previous year and representing more than 101% increase over the past 5 years. The United States Corps of Engineers now ranks the port 41st among nation maritime ports for waterborne cargo, our highest ranking ever. But what excites me the most is not where we are today, but is where we are heading. Because when the port grows, the region grows. Industries take root, families gain access to quality jobs and career opportunities. Economic prosperity reaches communities throughout the Rio Grande Valley and beyond. This project required vision, perseverance, and more than $500 million in investment. The return on that investment will be measured not only in cargo volumes and vessel traffic, but in economic opportunity, job creation, and a stronger future for Texas. The Brownsville Ship Channel has long been a crown jewel of economic development in the Rio Grande Valley. Today, we celebrate its next chapter. And if the last 90 years have taught us anything, it's that the best is yet to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dietrich. Our next speaker has served as a steadfast advocate for the Port of Brownsville and has helped guide the organization through one of the most transformative periods in its history. Please welcome Chairman of the Brownsville Navigation District Board of Commissioners, Mr. Sergio Tito Lopez.
Thank you, everyone. And I apologize if I start coughing. I'm just recovering from a summer cold. Good morning, everyone, and thank you all for being here. This is truly a historic day for the Port of Brownsville and for the entire Rio Grande Valley. Today, we celebrate completion of the Brazos Island Harbor Improvement Project, a transformative investment that will shape the future of this region for generations to come. The story of the Brownsville Ship Channel begins in 1933 when the Public Works Administration announced a loan and grant totaling $2.4 million to the Brownsville Navigation District to dredge a channel 100 feet wide, 25 feet deep. In December of 1934, the dredge Orleans cut the very first path to what would become the most important waterway in the Gulf Coast. Decade by decade, the Port of Brownsville kept moving forward to go deeper. And in 2007, planning began for what would become the most ambitious chapter, deepening the Brownsville Ship Channel from 42 feet to 52 feet. In 2014, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers completed the feasibility study recommending exactly that. 2 years later, the U.S. Congress authorized the project, making it eligible for federal funding. That was 10 years ago. Yet authorization alone did not guarantee the project to move forward. Given the significant cost of deepening the channel, securing sufficient funding presented a major challenge. Rather than waiting indefinitely for traditional funding sources, the Port of Brownsville worked closely with the Army Corps of Engineers with initiative solutions. Together, we developed a groundbreaking public-private partnership approach that would help the project financially feasible. In April of 2019, our partners, NextDecade, made a historical commitment to help turn years of planning into reality. Through a landmark agreement with the Brownsville Navigation District, NextDecade agreed to privately fund more than 9 miles of the deepening project, representing more than half of the overall improvement, as well as the widening of a crucial bend near the channel entrance. This unprecedented investment demonstrated industry's confidence in the Port of Brownsville's future to provide critical movements to move the project forward. That same June, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers selected the BAH project as one of 4 for the nation's projects of its P3 pilot programs. The Port of Brownsville received the key federal permit needed to advance the project to its construction phase. In March of 2022, thanks to the efforts of Congressman Vicente Gonzalez, the federal government announced an allocation of $68 million for the project to the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, recognizing the project as a critical investment for supply chains across the nation. On July 6, 2022, my fellow Commissioner John Reed, as well as former Commissioner John Wood, Ralph Cowan, and former Chairman Esteban Steve Guerra, were here to sign the project partnership agreement. That signing marked the formal launch of a construction that began in the final chapter of a 90-year story. Today, the story reaches its milestone. What began nearly 2 decades ago as a plan to deepen the channel has now become a reality, and that reality means opportunity. Opportunity for South Texas to grow as a major center for trade, manufacturing, logistics, and energy development. With a deeper channel, larger vessels can now access our port more efficiently. Our port cargo movements become more competitive, shipping costs decrease, industry already here gain new advantages, while future businesses see even greater potential in the Port of Brownsville. The completion of this project is a testament to the power of partnership. While the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers and NextDecade were instrumental in advancing this effort, it would not have been possible without the support of our federal and state partners to help secure the funding necessary to move this project forward. I want to extend my sincere appreciation to our congressional delegation, members of the Texas Legislature, and the Texas Department of Transportation Maritime Division for their advocacy, investment, and commitment to strengthening our nation's chain and supporting economic growth in South Texas. I also want to recognize the Brownsville Navigation District Commissioners, past and present, and the port staff. Projects like this require years of commitment, patience, and persistence. There were challenges along the way, and the board and the staff remained focused on the goal to keep pushing forward every step of the way. I especially want to recognize former B&D Commissioner John Wood, and I hope he's here. As chairman in 2014, I had the responsibility to appoint a board member to serve as a port liaison with the Army Corps of Engineers. This is not a role for just anyone. It required persistence, diplomacy, and the willingness to engage through years of planning, coordinating, and advocacy. Mr. Wood accepted the challenge, carried it out with distinction. His leadership and commitment were instrumental in helping bring the project from vision to reality. Mr. Wood recently stepped down from the board, but his impact to this project will forever be part of the history of the Port of Brownsville. He served as a key liaison between the port and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers by attending countless meetings and helping address challenges and working tirelessly behind the scenes to maintain momentum. And I would also like to recognize former director Eddie Campirano and Mr. Chavez. They were part of that team too, where they went countless times to Galveston to deal with Army Corps of Engineers. On behalf of the Brownsville Navigation District, I would like to thank Commissioner Wood for his service, his commitment to his community, and the lasting contribution to the Port of Brownsville. I would also like to emphasize something important to us as a district and as a port community. Economic growth and environmental stewardship must go hand in hand. Through this project, great care was taken to protect our coastal environment and natural resources. The Port of Brownsville remains committed and responsible to develop and support both economic opportunity and environmental sustainability to future generations. Today's ribbon-cutting ceremony celebrates a new chapter, one defined by growth, innovation, international trade, and industrial expansion. Mr. Montero wanted me just to say thank you. I feel like, for those of you that are my age or older, I feel like Officer Spock from Star Trek. I would rather say live long and prosper. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As Chairman Lopez mentioned, the success of this project would not have been possible without the partnership and expertise of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Our next speaker has played a critical role in overseeing this effort and advancing the mission of maintaining and improving our nation's waterways. Please welcome Colonel David Dake, Commander and District Engineer of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, Galveston District.
Good morning. So, as it was mentioned, I had the honor of commanding the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers Galveston District, but I'm just one of many commanders over the last, 20 years that has kind of seen this progress along. I did want to recognize Colonel Rhett Blackman's in the audience, Colonel retired Rhett Blackman. So. And so, Chairman Lopez, Mr. Dietrich, Mr. Skype, our federal, state, and local leaders, representatives of the Brownsville Navigation District, the Port of Brownsville, and NextDecade, members of the project team on all sides, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for this very special ceremony. So, Brigadier General Walter, the commander of the Southwest Division, U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, he had intended to be here today. He sends his regrets. He had some travel issues getting down here, so I do want to extend his regrets to everybody in attendance here. So it's an honor to represent the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers as we celebrate the completion of the Brazos Island Harbor Channel Improvement Project. Today we're doing much more than cutting a ribbon. We're opening a deeper, safer, and more capable maritime gateway for South Texas, the state, and the nation. The project deepened the Brownsville ship channel by an additional 10 feet, increasing the entrance and jetty channels from 44 feet to 54 feet, and the main channel from 42 feet to 52 feet. Those numbers matter. But what matters even more is what those additional feet of depth make possible. They mean larger vessels can enter the port carrying heavier loads. They mean fewer operational restrictions, more efficient vessel movements, and stronger margins of safety for the mariners who use this channel every day. They mean greater cargo capacity, reduced transit times, and more reliable access to international markets. And they position the Port of Brownsville among Texas's deepest draft ports and the Brownsville Ship Channel among the Gulf region's deepest navigation channels. For this region, that means opportunity. It means a stronger platform for industrial growth, private investment, and good-paying jobs across Brownsville and the Rio Grande Valley. It means greater capacity to move steel, petroleum products, wind energy components, agricultural commodities, and other critical cargo. It means stronger connections between South Texas businesses and customers around the world. For the state of Texas, this project strengthens one of the nation's most important maritime systems. Texas ports aren't simply local assets. Together, they form an economic network that supports domestic manufacturing, agriculture, energy production, and international commerce. When we improve one of these gateways, the benefits extend far beyond the water's edge. And for the United States, this project strengthens our supply chains, expands export capability, and supports the energy infrastructure that helps sustain American economic strength and energy dominance. That's why today's completion is not only a regional milestone, it's a strategic national investment. This project also represents an important lesson in how we deliver infrastructure. In 2019, Brazos Island Harbor was selected as one of only 4 public-private partnership projects nationwide. That designation challenged us to think differently about project delivery. It brought together the Federal Navigation Mission, the leadership of the Brownsville Navigation District, and Port of Brownsville, and the investment and execution capacity of NextDecade. Segment A was privately funded. Segment B was funded by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers and the Port of Brownsville, but each partner had a distinct role. All were aligned toward the same outcome, delivering a modern navigation channel that serves the public interest. That partnership helped leverage non-federal investment, share responsibility, and advance construction faster than any one organization could have accomplished alone. And it offers a strong example of what the Army's Civil Works Initiative, building infrastructure, not paperwork, is intended to achieve. The principle behind that initiative is straightforward. We must focus our time, talent, and resources on delivering infrastructure that provides measurable benefits to the American people. That means prioritizing projects with high national value, like this one. It means reducing unnecessary delay. It means making timely, informed decisions while maintaining engineering standards, environmental stewardship, transparency, and accountability. That's what this project demonstrates. And it means empowering our commanders, project managers, engineers, contracting professionals, and partners to solve problems and move projects forward. Brazos Island Harbor exemplifies that approach. This project identified a clear navigation need. It brought the right partners together, it aligned public and private resources, and it converted years of planning, design, and coordination into a completed channel that will serve this region for generations. That is what the Army Corps of Engineers calls building infrastructure, not paperwork. Of course, a project of this scale does not happen because of a single contract, organization, or groundbreaking ceremony. It happens because professionals stay focused through years of complex work. It required engineering, dredging, contracting, environmental coordination, placement area improvements, navigation aid installation, and constant collaboration among the partners. Approximately 7 million cubic yards of material were removed during this federally supported Segment B work alone. Behind every cubic yard was a team of people solving technical problems, managing risk, and keeping the project moving safely. I want to send a special thank you or recognize my team, the Galveston District. Thank you for your professionalism, persistence, and commitment to the mission. To the Brownsville Navigation District and the Port of Brownsville, thank you for your vision, your cost-sharing commitment, and your unwavering partnership. To NextDecade, thank you for bringing private investment, expertise, and execution capacity to this pioneering effort. To our contractors, mariners, engineers, environmental professionals, construction teams, and support personnel, thank you for turning plans into progress and progress into infrastructure. And to all of our elected officials and their representatives here today and communities of South Texas, thank you for your continued support and confidence in this project. The Army Corps of Engineers has served the nation for more than 2.5 centuries. Our mission is to deliver vital engineering solutions in collaboration with our partners to secure the nation, energize the economy, reduce disaster risk. Today, that mission is visible right here at the Port of Brownsville. It's visible in this channel that's now 10 feet deeper. It's visible in safer vessel access and greater cargo capacity. It's visible in new opportunities for trade, energy, industry, and jobs. And it's visible in a partnership that demonstrates what can happen when government and industry unite around a shared national purpose. Today, we celebrate the completion of a project. But tomorrow, the vessels, businesses, workers, and communities that depend on this channel will begin realizing its full value. The Brazos Island Harbor Channel Improvement Project is deeper access, it's safer navigation, it's stronger trade, and it's lasting infrastructure that will help South Texas, the state of Texas, and the United States compete and prosper for decades to come. Thank you to everyone who made this achievement possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Colonel Dake. I would like to also recognize another partner of the Port of Brownsville and our region, who they've been instrumental when working with the port on other infrastructure projects that are very, very important to our region. We have members of TxDOT's Maritime Division, Mr. Travis Milner and Lisette Mason. Thank you very much for being here. Our next speaker represents one of the port's most significant industry partners and an organization that understands the value of investing in long-term infrastructure. Please welcome Mr. Tarek Skeek, Chief Operating Officer of NextDecade Corporation.
Thank you. Colonel, Chairman, Director, members of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, congressional representatives, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. On behalf of NextDecade, it's great to be here with you today. And it's especially meaningful to stand here in Brownsville and the Rio Grande Valley, a region defined by its strong sense of community. And today we celebrate another transformative moment for this community and region. This ribbon-cutting ceremony marks more than the completion of a project. It represents the progress that this community has been working towards for decades. The Brazos Island Harbor Channel Improvement Project, or BIH project, has its roots all the way back to 2007. What began as a long-term vision is now a reality and an important step forward for the future of the valley. A key part of making this vision real is partnership. NextDecade is proud to be part of one of the first public-private partnerships with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers and the Brownsville Navigation District. This collaboration has been critical in moving this project from concept to completion. Back in 2019, NextDecade made a landmark commitment by entering into an agreement with the Brownsville Navigation District to fund 100% of the BIH Phase 1. From the western boundary of the Rio Grande LNG site along the ship channel to the Gulf. We made this investment because we recognized early the opportunity this project represents, not just for LNG operations, but for the entire region. Deepening the Brownsville ship channel from 42 to 52 feet is about much more than improving vessel transit. It's about opening this region up to new industries, attracting new investments, expanding access to global markets, and creating long-term economic growth for the Rio Grande Valley. As the private partner in the BIH project, NextDecade is committed to investing in the Rio Grande Valley's future by creating jobs, supporting education, and protecting the environment. Just a few miles away from here, at our Rio Grande LNG project, over 6,000 people are working at the site. And this will increase to approximately 7,500 people at peak construction. Right now, more than 70% of that workforce at the site is from the Rio Grande Valley. This means that job opportunities remain in the region, allowing people to work close to home rather than leaving for well-paying, high-skilled jobs elsewhere. Looking ahead, NextDecade expects to support over 700 permanent jobs at the site when all of the 5 trains at the Rio Grande LNG become operational. And we expect to extend the current construction jobs and add even more permanent jobs if we are successful in doubling the size of the current project through the development of 5 more trains at the Rio Grande LNG site. In closing, I want to thank the Brownsville Navigation District, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, and the great communities of Brownsville and the surrounding Rio Grande Valley for their partnership and support. We've already accomplished a great deal together, but I truly believe our greatest achievements are still ahead of us by realizing the full economic opportunity the BIH and the Rio Grande LNG will bring to this remarkable region. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Skeek. Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the moment we've all been waiting for. At this time, I would like to invite our B&D Board of Commissioners, Colonel Dake, and representatives of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, Mr. Skeek, NextDecade's team, as well as Mr. Dietrich, to join us by the ribbon for the ceremonial photos. And we will proceed with the ribbon cutting after.